What if the fate of an empire rested in the hands of a man the world cast aside? What if prophecy, betrayal, and destiny collided in one final stand? Welcome to Epic Tale, where legends rise and kingdoms fall. Today we begin the journey of God's plan, a warrior forged by exile, destined for something far greater. Are you ready to uncover the truth before the world is consumed by war? Let's dive in. The city of Nadashar gleams beneath the rising sun, its golden towers unscarred, its people laughing in streets of peace. None yet knew that a storm was coming, one that would test the soul of an empire. After a harrowing northern campaign, God's plan rides home triumphant. The city of Nadashar greets him as a living legend, their warrior of mercy. Crowds chant his name and children mimic his swordplay, while justice watches from above, smiling through clenched envy. Whispers stir in the court as Emperor Jerry confides in Justice and General Kareth, wary of God's plan's rising influence. Justice sows seeds of suspicion among corrupt senators, warning that a hero today might crave the crown tomorrow. At the War Council, God's plan proposes reforms to protect the forgotten, but his vision shakes the empire's elite. The emperor offers a ceremonial title, but God's plan declines with grace, choosing loyalty to his men over political chains. During a tense banquet, veiled insults and forged messages poison the night. Justice strikes with ink before the blade. Justice convinces God's plan to inspect a remote outpost. Loyal and unaware, God's plan departs into a trap. Ambushed at Varim, God's plan is captured after a fierce fight. Tarek is wounded. Justice arrives, cloaked in false sorrow. Paraded as a traitor, God's plan remains silent at trial, unwilling to divide the realm he once bled for. The crimson blades he trained strike him down in the square. The people weep as the empire buries its honor. Rahel and Tarek steal his body under moonlight. Still barely alive, God's plan is taken deep into the desert. God's plan lies unconscious, haunted by dreams of loyalty and loss. On the third night, he awakens, broken but reborn. Rahel shows him proof of betrayal. Tarek kneels again. God's plan rises not for vengeance, but for truth. Whispers spread. The commander lives. Desertions begin. The soul of the empire stirs in hidden corners. Justice wrestles with guilt but clings to pride. The throne becomes a cage as shadows stretch across Nadashar. God's plan unites outcast tribes once scorned by the empire. The broken now march under one cause. At dawn, they approach the city. No banners, no war cry. The gates open, and the people kneel before their true leader. God's plan confronts Jerry and Justice in the throne room. Justice falls in defeat, but is spared to face his shame. God's plan refuses the crown, forming a council of generals and citizens. Then he vanishes into the desert, leaving behind a legacy born of truth, not power. And so, the legend of God's plan begins. From the ashes of betrayal to the promise of redemption, this tale was inspired by the greatest story ever told, the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, made you feel, or reminded you of the power of truth and rebirth, then you're exactly where you're meant to be. Subscribe to Epic Tale for more journeys that echo through time, stories that stir the soul, and heroes that remind us of something greater. Wishing you and your loved ones a joyful, powerful, and meaningful Easter. Happy Easter from all of us at Epic Tale. Until next time, keep believing in purpose, power, and the promise of something epic. This is Epic Tale, where every story means something.